It's a new season and we are a Champions League side, but we've had a very frustrating transfer window. Let's get into it and see exactly who's joined the club. Welcome back then guys to the Red Devil Revival, now here for episode 58 of our Road to Glory series with Kaiserslautern. I just mentioned in the intro, it's a new season today. The transfer window is fully open and we've been busy, but it's been a very frustrating time of things. It most definitely has. Of course, if you missed the last episode where we took part in the German Cup final after we'd already been guaranteed Champions League football, there'll be a link right above me so I can see exactly how we did get on up against Werder Bremen in that cup match. A chance for our first ever major silverware as Kaiserslautern boss. And of course, if you do enjoy today's video, guys, we're going to be taking on Bayer Leverkusen in the opening day fixture. And of course, do all of our transfer roundup. And do make sure to chuck a like down onto it. And if you want to keep updated with any more of my content, such as the Red Devil Revival, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell to be notified whenever my content here on YouTube goes live. Now then, no, we've played one game already this season. That is the German Cup first round, because that always takes place before the Bundesliga kicks off. I'll show you how we did get on. It was up against 1860 Munich from the second division. So, of course, it was an easier opponent. But as I have said, we've been pretty busy in the transfer window. A lot of players have joined, a lot of players have left. But things have been incredibly frustrating in terms of trying to actually sign players. The amount of times our first choice signing we wanted to bring into the club has either fallen through or other clubs have pinched them under our noses. It's been very, very annoying. In terms of the transfers, we'll get into that first of all so you can see exactly who has joined, who has left. I'll run through the players who have gone first of all. A lot of names have gone out. £35 million has come into the club. A lot of players have also gone out on loan in terms of youngsters as well. But I think generally I'm pretty happy with the majority of players who've gone, either wanted to leave or their contracts are running out or a bit of both. So I'm quite pleased with what has gone on in terms of shipping players out at least. First of all, we had our backup left back, Gianluca De Chiara. He only had a year left on his deal. He kind of wasn't that good anyway. He was okay, a bit of a bit part player. But we sold him to Duisburg in the second Bundesliga for £700,000. We got him for free. He had 2 years with us. He has now left the club. Next on the list is a player I wasn't necessarily keen on selling, but he only had a year left on his deal and he didn't want to sign a new contract. And that was Pablo Garcia, who has now gone to Napoli. He was only 20 years of age. He had a decent amount of potential. He was kind of a first team player, squad rotation player. He never performed very well, mind you. And we only got him in for just under £2 million. We sold him for 12.5. It could rise as high as 18.5 million, so a decent bit of business. We also sold another youngster, Rafael Torres. Much like Garcia, his contract was running out. In the case of Torres, he actually asked to leave. He has gone to FC Porto for £5 million. I wanted more than that, but no club would offer him any more because his contract was running down. We then loaned out a couple of youngsters. We also sold a few youngsters. Sami Sadikus here, a 17-year-old, gone to Union Berlin. Nothing really to note there. Another few went out on loan. We also sold our kind of third choice, fourth choice right back, Juan San Giovanni. Again, similar case to the others. He wanted to leave, only a year left of his deal. We bought him in for 600k. We sold him on for £2.2 million. He had barely played for the club anyway, had never really settled, so he is now left the club. And then the other player we did sell, there's two others to take note of. This one, in Zakowski, I didn't really want to sell, but because of how I bought in other players, he asked to leave. He wasn't happy. He didn't feel he was going to get the right amount of playing time. So Zakowski has gone to our arch rivals, Frankfurt. A few clubs came in for him. I accepted every single team who came in for him. Basically, we got offered 5.5, and I got offered, I think, up to 7.5 in add-ons. He chose Frankfurt, so he has gone to our arch rival. He was a decent player last year, but we got him on a free. We've made £7 million, possibly if he makes all of his bonuses and so on. Pretty happy with that bit of business. And the final sale as well that we made was a player I had no interest in selling, but Hertha Berlin came in for a bid. I initially rejected it. Lopez got the arse about it, and then we agreed that if we got offered, I think, more than £6 million, he would go because he wasn't very, very highly. We got offered £9 million by Hertha Berlin, and Juan Pablo Lopez has gone out. He's only 19. He's not that great currently, but he had a lot of potential, and there is a sell-on fee involved in that deal as well. So I think that's not too bad, and you can see the rest of the players went on loan, including one of our decent centre-backs, Ricardo Ley. He's gone on loan to Valencia. Hopefully they get some playing time. But that's all the players who've left. I'd say £35 million bought in. Quite happy with the majority who have gone, and then we come to the transfers in, and there's a few areas which I'm really pleased with. I think we've strengthened really well, and a few areas where we definitely could have done better. The window is still open, so there still is time, but currently this is what has happened, and we've kind of having to live with it for the moment in time. First, we had a few free transfers coming in. One of them I will say till the end. We brought a new right back in Nico Williams, of course, had a few seasons with us a couple of years ago. He's going to come in probably as the first choice right back, if I'm being honest. He comes in on a free transfer. He's already valued at £20 million. So whatever happens, we can be able to make a nice bit of money on him. He's also 24, a little bit of wriggle room in terms of growth. Pretty happy with him coming in. And we also signed a central midfielder, very much just a youngster coming in, Andrea Carnevale. He goes straight into our youth team. Hopefully we can make a bit of profit on this kid. We also then brought in a new goalkeeper. I initially had no intention of being a new goalkeeper after the absolute shit show that was the German Cup final. I had been having a look at this kid for a little while, Nicola Misich, who is, I think, Serbian, and he's very, very good. We got him in for 4.5, possibly rising to £6 million, and I think you'll agree, at 19 years of age, this guy is very, very special. Straight away becomes our first choice keeper. He'll be making his debut in today's episode. And with the 16 one-on-ones, the 17 reflexes, the 16 concentration, his really good command of area, really decent physicals as well, I think we've got a really good player on our hands, and he's got a 5-star potential as well. A fantastic player. He's on a small contract as well for a 5-year deal. So I'm really chuffed with Misich coming in. We then also brought in 2 new central midfielders who I think have actually improved our midfield quite significantly. I had gone for another midfielder, an Argentine region, who I think Leicester poached from us annoyingly, but I'm still happy the players who have come in. I think they have improved our midfield. The first one is Edvard Tagsev, who comes in from Lazio. £11 million, quite a pricey deal. He's going to be playing our advanced playmaker on attack role. He's very good at it. A very decent player, only 24, little bit of growth to go into as well, 4-star potential possibly. A good option. And also we signed Nadiem Amiri, the Hoffenheim midfielder, who's coming in to play as our box-to-box midfielder as well. So I think we've got 2 really good options. Of course, he's German as well, which will really help in terms of the registration rules and things like that. So that's the midfield in terms of who came in there. We also got Pellegrini back in for another year on loan. There was an option to actually purchase him for 15 mil. I didn't think that was really that doable, mainly because of the fact that his contract with Monaco expires the end of this season. So he extended a loan, and I'm hoping Monaco won't extend his contract, because if they don't, we can get him in on a free transfer. So Pellegrini is here again for like the 4th consecutive season now. Hopefully he can have another good year with us. We also signed another loanee, this time a central defender, German centre-back, 22 years of age, from Bayern Munich. He's very, very good. Jamie Lawrence, his name is. He actually was in the Werder Bremen side that beat us in the cup final, and you can see a very good option. And with the sale of Rafael Torres, I knew we needed to get another centre-back in. Lawrence, I think, is a great player. He's far better than what Torres ever was, so I think we've got a good player under our belt with Lawrence there. We also signed 2 other kind of backup players. The first being Kevin Endoram from Nacional de Madeira for £2.5 million. Just comes in as our backup halfback to give a bit of cover to Liuzio. He can also play in the centre of midfield and also the back, so I think he's not too bad. He's on a cheap contract as well. And also Hekim, now I think it's Guenucci, comes in as our backup left back after he sold De Chiara. Just comes in as another option. He's not fantastic, but he's really cheap, and he should be able to do a job either as our 2nd or 3rd choice left back. So not too bad with Hakim there. The final player we bought in, you may have already spotted his name, is a once upon a time world-class player and an absolutely ridiculous player in the Bundesliga. That is Robert Lewandowski. He is 36 years of age. He is still phenomenally good. Yes, his physicals are pretty much gone, but when I saw he was available, I could not help myself. I also wanted to sign Philip Coutinho, who is available on a free as well, but sadly he went to the Premier League instead of with us. But even so, Lewandowski coming in, he's already played in the Cup, he scored as well in it, and I think he could be very, very good for us. You can see he'll be playing as deep line forward on attack. He is phenomenal in it, only lacks the dribbling and the strength side to his game. Of course, he's an old man now. He's only on a 1-year deal, but if he does well, we could well be extending that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how Lewandowski gets on. Hopefully, he can still bang some goals in for us with that 20 finishing and 18 composure. But we'll have to wait and see exactly how he does get on. That right there, though, is our transfer roundup. I'm happy with the majority of the areas, but I still think there is areas to improve. I'm still frustrated because we lost out on some of the good players, but that is just the way that football works. We have also played one game as well. That was the German Cup first round up against 1860. We absolutely spanked them 4-0. A really good performance. Goals on Zakiri Hikmet, Lewandowski on his debut, and Tagsev on his debut as well. We are only going to play the one game because, of course, we have got that transfer roundup, and that match is going to be up against Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. You can see they want us to get into the top 7 in the Bundesliga. We are predicted 7th as well. They want us to reach the quarterfinal of the German Cup. This is the board, by the way, and they just want us to be competitive in the Champions League. So we'll have to see how we do get on in that. It'll be some time before we have the group stage draw. But into the game we go. We are lining up so it's Misich, the new goalkeeper, in there. Lawrence and Lidin starting at the back. Ludwig as our right back today. Liuzio starts at DM. He is coming back from a strained wrist. He should be fine, no. We'll have to see how he does get on. Franco at left back. Amiri, Tagstef and Hikmet. The midfield will probably get used to seeing in this save. And then Lewandowski and Zakiri starting up front. Now it's how line up. Let's get into this game and hopefully we'll have a good performance in it. If we can avoid defeat in this game, it will be massive because, of course, Leverkusen, much like ourselves, are going to be trying to go for those European places. I'll be honest, I'm not expecting probably to get Champions League football once again. I don't know, maybe we will do, but if we make sure we get top 6 and be consistent in getting into the Europa League and so on, I think that will be a good showing this season. You can see the Leverkusen lineup as so. You can see Brozovic in the Leverkusen side. He was another player we actually had in on trial, and I did offer a contract to, but he chose Bayer Leverkusen instead of ourselves. A little bit annoying, really. There was quite a few examples of where that type of stuff happened. Very frustrating stuff, but hopefully it won't harm us too badly. If we can have a good start to the season here today, it will really be good for us, give us a nice little bit of a foundation to build from. A couple of minutes into the game, though, nothing to see. As I'm saying that as a highlight here, Amiri, the new signing, puts it in. Lawrence doesn't manage to win the header. Jamie Lawrence, by the way, that centre-back for us, he is 6'7". He is an absolute beast in the air, so I'm hoping to see a few goals from him from set pieces in this season. Well, we'll not be able to keep him for more than the one season. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, he is from a domestic rival in Bayern Munich, so we may not be able to convince him to join us, but you never know. Currently, though, Leverkusen keeping the ball quite nicely. They've got, is that our Salas? Is that former Alejandro Salas, our former midfielder? I saw his name, I'm not too sure. But Maina here for Leverkusen. And Misich on his debut for us makes an early save in this game. Good stuff from him. I'm hoping to see a good showing from our new goalkeeper, Salas. I think he is our former Alejandro Salas in their team. I'm guessing Hertha Berlin have either loaned him or sold him. Oh, no, it's not. Ignore me. It's another Salas. Thomas Salas, a region. So, no, we can all stop worrying. It's not our former player going to come and score against us today. But as I'm saying all this, Leverkusen with the ball again. Only 12 minutes played. Salas, who I've just been talking about. It's a good save from our young Serbian goalkeeper. Very, very good bit of goalkeeping there early on in this match. So far, we are very much under pressure early doors. Hopefully, it won't end up costing us in this game. We haven't even had a shot, I've just realised. But as I'm saying, it's a highlight now. We are starting with the ball. Hikmet's ball over the top. Is never going to get run onto by Lewandowski, let's be honest. Not with his 9 acceleration and 9 pace, I believe it is. But I'm hoping with his, obviously, mental attributes, he can find himself in the good positions. But Leverkusen on the ball once again at the moment. Can we please not concede there? I'd say Hikmet tried to get it. Brozovic just put it up. And I don't know what Misich, our goalkeeper, was doing. I think it was blocked by Lawrence, the centre-back. Yeah, it has been blocked. He's gone out for another corner, and we have cleared it. Currently, Lawrence, I'm going to be honest, is looking very decent. Heading a lot of those balls clear. Seems to be in decent positions, at least. And not too bad, even though we're not being particularly good going forward. I am going to say demand more to the lads. We are away at Leverkusen. It's never an easy place to go. If we can get a chance on this highlight here, maybe we'll be in a good position. Hang on, Zakiri. Okay, Lewandowski gets the ball back. Come on, Robert, what are you going to do with it? Plays it to Amiri. Oh, it's been headed clear. Come on, Liuzio. Of course, he is carrying that slight knock. Hopefully, he shouldn't be too badly hampered by it. And Lawrence is going all the way back to Misich in goal. What are you going to do with it here, Nicola? Plays it out wide to Ludwig. A little bit of a risky ball, but we should be okay. Indeed, we have been. Ludwig on the overlap. Come on, Kylian. What are you going to do with it, mate? Come on, Kylian. Get it into the box. He plays it into the middle. It is awful. Absolutely terrible cross that there. But I think we are going to get away with it. It's a very long highlight this is right now. I'm not too sure what he's going to go with. Is it going to go our way or Leverkusen's way? Franco to Zakiri. Come on, Andy Zakiri. It's a good save by Werner in there. A very decent save. Decent bit of goalkeeping from both sides' goalkeepers in this match so far. And that there is possibly the best chance we've seen in this game. A very cagey affair so far. Will it be half-time? And will it be 0-0 at that point? Any more highlights to see before we go in at half-time? Into stoppage time we go. The answer to that question is a no. It is 0-0. A pretty drab game so far, if I'm being honest. I'm going to say so. We're not doing badly. And most lads do agree. I'm going to say to the attackers, though, I'm disappointed with quality you're finishing. They look motivated, which is good. And I say the same to midfielders. I'm disappointed with their efforts to control midfield, and they also look a bit more up for it now. Hopefully we'll get the reaction we want to see from them in this second half, because things have not been good enough. I need a one shot on target from us all game. We need to be seeing more from our lads. Early highlight in the second half. Leverkusen again starting with the ball. Salas on it, and Liuzzo does win it back. I thought he was going to get himself sent off then, but thankfully he doesn't. Lawrence and Liuzzo, the two absolute man mountains in our team. They're both 6'6", 6'7". They're absolutely enormous. And Amiri's just lost the ball so easily there. What is he doing? A good attempted slide tackle from Tagzev, and then a very good block from Misich in net. He's having a very good debut today, to be fair to him. I'm going to make some changes. We're going to get Liuzzo off just because he does look a bit like he's struggling now. We'll get him off the pitch. I'm also going to get Kylian Ludwig off for Nico Williams. A double change. Williams a bit more attack-minded in comparison to Ludwig. Hopefully it'll be a positive change for us. We'll see what happens on this highlight before I do make a final change. We have one more left. Brozovic on the ball to Brahim Diaz. Another absolutely class save from Nicola Misich. £4.5 million well spent, I think we can say at the moment. He's looking like an absolute beast in there. So many reaction saves we've seen from him. I was on 7.8 on his debut. Very good stuff from him indeed. Right, we're going to go attacking, I think, for the last few minutes. And I'm also going to get Hikmet off. We're going to get Christian Oliveira on. I'm going to swap these two over and then also swap these two over as well. I think that's a fair change to make. Can we see anything from us in the remaining 15 minutes, or will it end as a draw, or will Leverkusen try and snatch it instead? We need to be seeing more from us. We are playing so poorly right now. It is not good enough. Other than the goalkeeper, everyone is really having a very poor game. A corner right now, is there anything from it, or will the highlight just end? It looks like actually we are going to see something from it. A Brozovic corner, it's put in. It's gone over the bar. Okay, I think we should be okay then. We seem to just be whizzing through the last few minutes. Nothing else to see since that last corner from Bayer Leverkusen. Into the last minutes of the match we go. Will there be any late drama? There is a highlight in the 91st minute. Zakiri on it to Lewandowski to Amiri. On his debut, I believe. Amiri, he's lost the ball. Don't get countered. Oh, okay. Leading. Okay, we should be okay. Tagzev has lost it, but he's got it back to Amiri now. Zakiri. Back to Amiri. Come on! Oh, what a chance. That is out there as one of the best chances of this game, and Amiri has completely blown it. It has finished as a 0-0 draw. We really were quite outplayed when you look at the stats, but that late chance from Amiri maybe could have snatched the game. Sadly didn't, but on his debut, Nicola Misich pulls out an 8.5 rating. An unbelievable day for that lad. I'm going to say I'm happy because away from home I said I wanted to just avoid defeat against Leverkusen. We have done that. Not too bad. And we've taken a clean sheet as well. So I'd say I'm pretty happy with that result, all things considered. Of course, though, we're going to have to look at the schedule, what we get back for next episode. What I think we will do is I will play for the rest of August and we'll come back in the early part of September, probably for the Freiburg game at home. The reason being is, of course, there may be some more transfers to go through, and also we will find out what our Champions League group stage is. We may even have a game actually around about that time. So possibly we'll play 2 games, so maybe Freiburg and Mainz. If not, we'll just play the 1 game and we'll run through all the other bits of stuff we need to cover in that episode. But that right there, guys, will be coming in next episode. Overall, though, guys, that brings this video here today to a close. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty happy with that draw, pretty satisfied with what we saw. Yes, we weren't great going forward, but even so, defensively we looked okay. Definitely the goal, we looked fantastic, so not too bad with that. Of course, also we don't have a fully fit Liuzzo, which is quite important to the way the team does play, but I think we're in a decent position. I think the midfielder definitely looks stronger, definitely in goal we look better as well, and I'd say overall across the board we are in a better position. We are going to have to wait and see. Of course, there is still a couple of weeks left to get some more players in, so maybe we'll strengthen the side a little bit more before we do come back for next episode, but of course we'll have to wait until then to find out. Hope that, guys, you have enjoyed today's video. If you have done, make sure to chuck a like down onto it. And if you want to keep up to date with any more of my content, such as the Red Devil Revival, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button and to ring that notification bell to be notified whenever my content here on YouTube goes live. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time.